So I'm going to show you how to make a very simple mood board. This is the client brief that I'm using. You can pause the screen and have a look at it if you want. It's one I just made up. The whole point of a mood board is that it will give you some ideas for the look and feel for a final product. Those words, look and feel, that's what they're looking for in an exam. Okay, it might tell you some things about the visual style for a product, or possibly the house style if it's going to be a website or something like that as well. Okay, so look and feel, visual style, house style. And you'd probably start to get these ideas together from a meeting with the client, from a brainstorming session. Maybe there was a mind map involved, that sort of thing. And then you go on and you start to produce the mood board. I'm going to produce my mood board in a Google Doc just because it's easy for me to do. You can do it in anything you want. You can do it on a piece of paper if you want, doesn't really matter. So my client's an off-road mountain biking group, so I've gone to get a bunch of pictures that I think represent off-road mountain biking. When you're collecting images for a mood board, you don't have to worry about copyright free or anything like that because it's not on a product which would ever be published. I am publishing my mood board, of course, because I'm putting it on YouTube. So I did make sure that all these are copyright free. They came from a website called Unsplash, and all the images on Unsplash are public domain images. So let's start to build the mood board. Bring in the title first of all, and then start to bring in some of the images. I'm going to resize them as I go along. Doesn't really matter what order you put the images in. The key thing is that you've got a bunch of images that deal with the look and feel. Always a thing, look and feel, visual style, that sort of thing. Okay, I'm going to speed this section up, but as you can see, basically just put in a bunch of images, moving them around the screen. We're not looking for an ordered layout. We're looking for kind of like a bit jumbled, a bit higgledy-piggledy. We don't really want just a grid of images. That's a bit boring. It's not going to actually give us the look and feel. It's actually going to regiment us too much. So once I've got the images in, let's bring in some other things. I've got some colour swatches here. These will give me some idea for the sorts of colours that I might use on the website in this case. These, as you can see, they're the same sorts of colours. They're on lots of the images actually. They make sense for this product. Then we've got a font sample that I might use. I got this from Google Fonts, by the way, a good source if you're looking for types of font. This is a kind of slightly funky font, but not too funky. And then we've got some quotes. Rye Hard and Party, and what's this one? Slip Sliding in the Mud, which is a quote I took from a mountain biking website as it happens. Quotes, that sort of thing, are often used on mood boards. Other things you could include: logos, cartoons, animations, sound or video if it's a digital mood board are perfectly reasonable. On a physical mood board, you could use textiles or you could use textures of some kind as well. And here's my finished mood board, which looks absolutely marvellous and would do the job perfectly well for an iMedia portfolio.